am going through a divorce, and then I have my kids. I'm like a full-time mother, and then I'm doing ministry and stuff. So I was like in a lot of stress. So then I started like facing all of that, like daydreaming almost, or like at work I would be typing or trying to read the instructions, but I just found myself staring at the screen. I don't even know how long it would be, and then like forgetting my supplies and stuff like that, where it's like something's up. And it was bad to the point where other employers were noticing, and they would report it like something's up with her, she's off, she looks off and stuff like that. And so after a while I'm like, let me check with my doctor and find out if I have that or something else. So they suspected that I had that schizophrenia or ADHD, because that
Mhm.
runs in my family as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when they first diagnosed you, you were like, okay, you definitely have schizophrenia. What was that like for you?
I said no. I was like, why? I came home and I started. I really did cry, and I actually asked God, like, why? Why? I don't want that. And it was because of the way I saw my mother, how her difficulties and how she became, and it was scary. Like as like when she was uncontrollable, like and it was because she stopped her meds. It's not like and I was like, I don't want to get like that. I don't want to be like that. Why am I almost felt like I was yelling at God, which I caught myself in it. I really asked for forgiveness, like, Lord, forgive me. I don't, but He actually led me when I was praying that. He led me to the word of Jeremias 29:11, and He told me, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, and plans to give you hope and a future. And so, okay, I'm gonna trust you, Lord. I trust you, and I understand.
Mhm.
I always was creative with it, but my music actually did help me forget about the stress a little, and also allowed me to um, put in encouraging words or information for other people. Um, well, what I'm doing now, because I'm working on singles and stuff. So my experience and all of that, I really want to help others that are dealing with mental health issues. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
And so, talk a little bit about what your how the symptoms, the schizophrenia symptoms, manifested in you. Were there like telltale signs, and how did people react to you as far as like work and friends and all that stuff?
Well, actually, I was working at a nursing home, and this all was like for a whole almost like a year that they thought I had this. So I was working in a nursing home, and there is high stress levels there. And so that's where they were catching me, like daydreaming or just frozen at the screen, or like forgetting doctor's orders, or forgetting like supplies and stuff like that. It was more about forgetfulness and like being in space mostly. It
Okay.
wasn't really, like paranoia or any of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
And,
those
and
were
then
symptoms.
and then was there kind of like a fear from your coworkers or your friends, like, oh, okay, she's
Yeah,
like
yeah, because
stuff.
they were suspecting that I had it, so I felt like they were kind of withdrawing or like keeping their space from me. And then when I would go talk to them or
Oh.
like act like myself, they would like, get nervous. Like I don't know, it felt like I couldn't be myself, basically. And I felt that for a little while. I can imagine people that are actually battling with schizophrenia or with any mental disorder, that makes them feel like, they're dangerous, or well, at work, yes, they were just, their distance, or like it made me feel like they were nervous to be around me, or
Mm-hmm.
just was drawn. So I started withdrawing myself. Like I didn't want to deal with that. And then also I stopped looking at them, at their eyes, because I felt like every time I look at them, I would like scare them or make them like freak out, and I didn't want that reaction. Like, bro, like, go.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I would just be like, no, not even. But my mother did tell me one time, because she really did. She did have that. Don't look at anyone in the eyes, because their spirit will go into yours. So I don't know if that's like a thing that they think or
Mm-hmm.
not. But writing a lot,
Right.
farming, and then listening to just instrumentals, and then reading the word, actually, praying a lot, connecting with God, and then like stepping out and having me time. It really did help me. Also, the time where I did feel down, because it was like it's a big battle. It was
What?
it was, your mind is so powerful that after a while you start believing like, man, I do have this, until like I saw the therapist, and then she definitely gave me my diagnosis, right, which is ADHD. But at that time, I really believed like I have it, I have this, and now I asked the Lord, what do I do? What do I do with this? What do you want me to do? And so all I can speak about is my experience and how I felt, and how I felt lonely at that time. And I can imagine those people that do have it, and how they feel lonely all the time then. They probably feel like monsters all the time. They feel like they can't be themselves all the times. They can't speak up. Like I would tell my family at that time, oh, I think this, like an example, like, oh, this person said that, and they're like, what? No, they wouldn't say that. I'm like, they'd have to come up with proof. Like, here's the proof. You see? And it's
Yeah.
like my voice isn't valid at that time, but
Right.
now, like, so I feel for people that do have that, because it's like you don't you. It's like you can't believe me unless I show you proof. I had uh almost half a year sessions with the therapist before she gave me my ADHD diagnosis. And a big part of me was really relieved, because I mean, I don't have that, but for the people that do have it, I do have like um a Bible verse here from Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11, where it says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. So even something that, any illness or anything you're battling with, the Lord in the end will make that beautiful. At that time, it will be breaking you probably. You're probably going to feel, broken, and the enemy probably, you're going to feel like that it's almost like the end, but it's
Right.
not. And so it's just the beginning. And I feel like if we think positive with everything, and actually put God in the middle, in the center of everything, easier said than done, right? But when we do it, you see the work of his hand, and you see how he's gonna make that ugly, hard, drastic thing that we experience when we're going through our trials and tribulations, and you will see him make something beautiful out of it.